Week. You have made it through another week. Good morning. Come in here. Happy Friday. My allergies are attacking me today. It is so weird that my allergies has been worse during the fall season than they have been during the summer and spring. I don't get it. I don't get it, but it's fine. I'm taking more allergy pills now than I probably ever in my whole entire life. So please excuse my nasal tone. I'm going to get through this anyway. Good morning. Happy Friday. Come in here. How you guys doing today? Of course, I won't be here very long. I was just thinking about y'all. Just hoping that everyone is doing good. I hope I got a good connection on here. But I'm just thinking about y'all. Of course, I keep talking about the new year coming in. I was going to say slowly but surely, but this new year is coming in quickly. It is going to be 2024 before we know it. It is literally almost New Year's. How exciting is that? I hope you guys are taking this opportunity to kind of reflect on your life and think about the choices that you have made thus far and the choices that you will continue to make during the rest of your life. I was going to say through the New Year's, or making some changes and different just decisions and the choices that you decide to make. And that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I want to talk to you about decisions and choices. What you going to do? What are you going to choose to do with your life? Making choices and prioritizing certain things is literally using your power that you hold within inside of you to decide which direction you want to go in. So when we talking about choices here, it does not get any more personal than that. Like, this is literally all you. Like, all you. So when you going to point the finger at everybody and this is why things did not land the way that I wanted them to land and all of this kind of stuff, listen, you will have to do a self-reflection. Like, nobody made me do anything. This is the choice that I decided to make. I'm going to have to live with it. And ultimately, you are going to have to live with your own choices and your own decisions. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Just personalize it. You don't have to tell anyone the choices or decisions that you are going to make moving forward concerning your own life. It don't have nothing to do with anyone else. This is all you. I just really hope that we are choosing to make choices and decisions that is going to benefit us tremendously in the long run. I was just talking about choices last night when I went out to do some public speaking. And choices are very important. Sometimes we don't make the right choice. Sometimes we make the wrong choice unintentionally. And it's all trial and error. We learn from our mistakes. I'm telling you, you're going to hear me say some of these same things. I'm going to hammer some of the same things over and over and over again because I think it's valuable, and I believe in my heart that we need these things. We all need to learn how to make better choices that are going to benefit us not only in the long run but now as well. And while we're thinking about choices and the choices that we choose to make for ourselves in our lives and in our future, we have to think about our priorities, like what is most important. And while evaluating our priorities, be careful of how you evaluate your priorities. Is what you really think is a priority, is it really a priority? Because it may not be. You may have something, number one, at the top of your priority list that does not need to be at the top of your priority list. So we might have to make some minor adjustments and modifications and kind of shift some things around and make it to how we need it to be, so that it may be very effective in our lives, for ourselves and for our futures and all of those things. So it is time. I think that there is no better time than now for us to begin to evaluate our lives right now, and we can start now. We can really start now. I think right now is the best time to start, opposed to waiting for 2023 to leave. And a lot of people are saying, I'm done with 2023 for whatever reason. You may have lost a loved one, you may have lost multiple loved ones. Some people may think that 2023 wasn't very good to them or very fair to them, but who's to say what is going to happen next year? I keep saying this, it's not about what happens to you, it's about how we interpret these things and how we apply these lessons to our life, and how we choose to deal with certain things and all of that kind of stuff. That is where the real structure comes in at, because it's going to go to show how well you are able to deal with certain situations. There is no guarantee that situations are not going to happen, and the only way 2024 can be better than 2023 is if you become better. And that's just the fact of the matter. We cannot control the circumstances of life. We can't control which way the wind blows. We just have to set our sail in a direction that is going to allow us to move freely with the flow of the wind. So we can't let life bring us down. We can't let life stop us from continuing to move forward and do the things that we know that we need to do in our future, for our lives, for ourselves. Think about yourself, and also while you are thinking about yourself, think about the people that love you most and the people that you love most, because it doesn't stop with you. Your choices and your decisions literally affects each and every last person that is surrounded around you. People that you don't think is surrounded around you. People are watching you, and one way or another, you are an influence to someone somewhere. What kind of influence do you want to be? What kind of influence are you? Is that important to you? I don't know. Some people are not really concerned about the kind of influence or the type of impact that they are making on this world. And I know that we live in a society where selfishness has taken on a role of its own, and if it don't have nothing to do with me, then I don't care, and all of those type of things. But in our reality, we have to care on some kind of level, because it affects us. Our attitude affects other people, and it affects us. Everything that we project from ourselves, it does this boomerang thing, and it finds its way back to us. So once it leaves you, once your thoughts and actions and all of those things leave you, it's going to find a way back to you. You reap what you sow. So that's why I want us to be mindful of the seeds that we are sowing as well on the regular basis. And I think I do want to do a complete study on priorities, because I think it's so important. I don't think that we are prioritizing the way that we should be. And I think that that has a lot to do with the majority of suffering that is happening now on the regular basis. A lot of people are suffering. We're stuck in our minds mentally. It's hard for us to get out this trap. We are so far deep in that we can't even get out. And I believe that if we can get out, but I don't know why people might not even take the necessary steps to do the things that needs to be done to get out. But I know that we are way far deep in, and I see it every single day. So if you are not one of those people who are deep in a mess or a situation or a vicious cycle, then count your lucky stars. You are blessed to have not allowed yourself to get entangled with the situations of life, or even with your own self. Some people are stuck in their own minds and they only rely on their own thoughts, and they don't even have the courage or strength within inside of them to release themselves from their own thoughts and own decisions, and are too afraid to think out of the box. And naturally, because you're a human being, maybe the way that you have made decisions before in the past may have been effective for you. But this is a whole new day and age. This is not the same time. This is not the same situation. So what may have worked before is probably not working right now, but people continue to rely on their own decisions and their own. I mean, it's just too hard for us to kind of step out the box and learn from our own experiences. And really, we should base our decision making and the choices that we make, it should be off of the things that we went through and the things that we had to make it through in the mistakes that we made, because that is where true wisdom comes in at, is when you can reflect back on your life and say, well, I know that landed me in the situation, and I know that's easier said than done. I made plenty of mistakes in my life, some of the same dumb mistakes I made over and over and over again. So when you come to that point in your life where you are continuing to make the same mistakes over and over again, it's definitely time to do a self-reflection. It's like, what am I struggling with? What am I suffering with? What do I need to focus on? Where am I damaged at? Like, what has happened to me in the past that I keep continuing to make the wrong decisions over and over and over again? Something has to change, and it's nothing wrong with doing an evaluation on ourselves. And I know that's the last thing that we want to do. We don't want to reflect on ourselves. We don't want to point out our own flaws. I think most people would rather live with their mistakes than point out their own flaws and correct their flaws, because we would like to think that we are these perfect beings and we have all the answers and we know what to do, and we rely on our teachings. Or my mother didn't teach me how to do that, and my father didn't teach me how to. My mother and father made mistakes just as well as I did. They tried their best and they taught me what they knew, but they made their own mistakes as well. So you can't even rely on everything that you were taught coming up from a child. And I know oftentimes we try to rely on religious beliefs and all of those things that have probably carried on through our family through centuries and years and years and years. But sometimes you have to make, not even sometimes, let me correct that, all the time, you have to make your own philosophy. Create your own philosophy on life and kind of go off of what you know. Everyone has a personal philosophy outside of everything that you have been taught along the way. How do you perceive life? What works for you may not have worked for your mother. What worked for your mother may not have worked for you. Yes, you're still her child. Y'all probably look just alike. But and she's not always right either. So sometimes we have to rely on our own decision making to do what's best for us. When I tell you it's personal and it's unique, and it's not going to look for you like it looked for someone else. It's just not going to look the same. So that's what, when we are making decisions in life, that's what we have to base the decisions off of. I'm not telling you to look at my life and what personally work for me might work for you. I know what is effective in my life, but that may not necessarily be effective in your life. Even if you say, okay, I can go out here and do things for my body and eat healthy and work out and all those kind of things. What I eat to stay healthy, you might be allergic to. So you might have to find an alternative. All I'm saying is not going to look exactly the same. My workout routine may not look exactly the same as your workout routine. It's not going to be effective. Your issues with your body is not going to be the same issues that I have with my body. I want us to get really deep down and personal with our growth in the direction that we want our life to go in. I so admire so many different people on so many different levels, but I don't want to mimic my life off of them, just because I admire certain things about their life, and I will tell them I look up to you. I hold you at a very high regard in my heart and in my mind. But what worked for you might not have worked for me. I do take wise counsel from very successful people, but I know it's not going to look exactly the same. So this is personal, y'all. That's all I'm saying. That this is personal. Our entire journey is personal. We have to stop looking at other people and the things that they do and the things that may have been effective for them and all of those type of things. And we have to think about our own life, the direction our life is headed in right now, because you may not necessarily be headed in the direction that you want to go in. And if you're not headed in the direction that you want to go in, then it's okay to kind of switch gears. It's okay to kind of modify your thoughts and your actions and your thinking. Get into your own mind and say, wait a minute, these thinking patterns are not being productive. It's not being effective. It's not working for me. Like, I am going freaking insane because I keep relying on my same thinking patterns over and over and over again. And you don't even want to admit to yourself that the way that you have been doing things is just may not have been working. I'm trying to help y'all. Listen, I am trying to help somebody today. Your way of thinking may not have necessarily been working for you. It might have worked for you before in the past, but maybe it's time to change a few things around a little bit. Not for me, not because I'm asking you to, not because your mama said, not because of whatever your children say or your auntie or whoever want to be judgmental and tell you what you need to be doing or what you don't need to be doing. Aside from all the influences and all the opinions and everything, everybody got something to say and all of that kind of stuff. Aside from all of that, I want you to do it for you. Do it for you. Do exactly what needs to be done for you. Because you know what you need. You know what you need more than anybody. And you might be catering to the wrong area of your life. And I'm not saying that you are not catering to anything. And I'm not saying that you are not doing a good job with doing what you are doing. All I'm saying is if you switch gears and focus a little harder on something else, you might get a little further, a little quicker, and it might help you a little more. That's all I'm saying. But listen, at this point in my life that I am in right now, it is by every single means necessary. If I got to switch it up a little bit, if I have to change my way of thinking, I am willing to step out of myself and just lay down my own self to the side, my own way. I can get back to my ways and my thinking and my ways of doing things. I can get back to that later. At this point, I just want to do what works. I don't want to do what's going to necessarily make me uncomfortable. When I was out speaking last night, I made a point that was so valid. I said the toughest decisions, the hardest decisions that I made in my life prior to now, to me living my best self right now, the toughest decisions made my life so much easier right now. I'm telling you, just get it out the way. Get it out the way. Go ahead and make that tough decision. Go ahead and make that hard decision. Go ahead and do the thing that you have been avoiding and dancing all around and trying to wait until the perfect time and the perfect circumstances and a sunny day and I don't know, the money in the bank or whatever until you get in perfect shape or your mates start acting right and your kids is in perfect alignment and all of that. You want things to be absolutely perfect for you to jump and do that thing that you know you really want to do. Newsflash, it ain't gonna never be perfect. You gotta do it messed up. You gotta do it while you messed up. You gotta do it while you messed up in your head. You gotta do it while your body is feeling uncomfortable. You gotta do it sick. You gotta do it broke. You gotta do it depressed. You have to do it sad. No matter what situation, how you feeling right now, you just have to do it anyway. Because if you don't do it, then it's just not going to be done. And you still going to have all these issues with yourself that you know that you need to deal with, but you just not going to be doing the necessary things to get over the hurdle that you probably have been stuck on for so long. Listen, I'm trying to help somebody today. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's easier said than done. But once you begin to do these things, take the necessary steps, move further, do the hard thing that you don't want to do. I don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it either. I don't feel like doing half the stuff that I do on a regular basis. I'd rather sit in front of my TV, watch Netflix, read books, write books, kick my feet up, sip on some more Life Miracle tea, do whatever that is going to be pleasing and comfortable for me, but that's not reality. By me getting up and doing the necessary things that I know I need to do on the regular basis, it makes life easier for me. I have responsibilities. I'm a mother. I'm a pillar in my community. I'm an employee at my workplace. I have to maintain and uphold myself to even take on the responsibilities. I'm a caretaker. I do other things. I do so many different things on the regular basis. And if I don't make the tough decisions to do the things that I know is necessary for me to do on the regular basis, there is no way in the world that I would be able to maintain half the things that I maintain on the regular basis. There's just no way. And I know that it's not. So therefore I make the tough decisions to get up and do the things that I know I need to do so I can show up. Not only do I want to show up, I want to be effective in what I'm doing. I don't want to just be there and not be able to help. I want to be able to help somebody some way, somehow. I want to be able to help less fortunate people financially. That is one reason. That's what drives me to my financial goals, because I want to be able to do something for somebody. So it's time for us to make tough decisions. It's time. And there is no better time than now. It's either now than never. I was talking to someone, and the person kept saying, I'm going to wait until 2030 to whatever, to stop doing something and then start doing something else. I'm like, 2030? It's not even 2024 yet. And how you know you're going to be alive? Like, tomorrow is not promised to nobody. Like, you don't even know if you still going to be here. So while you making plans to stop doing something that you know is bad for you anyway, you got reservations in your mind that I'm going to continue to do these things, and you told yourself up until 2030. Now maybe that might work for you. I hope you know that you can make it all the way until 2030 and you can stick to your guns and stop doing whatever thing that you said you was going to stop doing in 2030. But why prolong it? What are you putting it off for? How do you know if it's damaging to your life and to your health right now? Who's the show? Is it even worth the damage that might take effect on you from now until 2030? If you know you need to stop doing something that is not good for you, then why don't you just stop doing it now? And while we making these reservations to stop smoking in 2024 and to lose the weight and walk more, and the doctor said my heart ain't beating the way it should, and I know I need to get out here and do the things that I haven't been following doctor's orders all of this time. I'm gonna start doing it in 2024. How you know you gonna be here? How you know? What if in 2024 is too late? That's all I'm saying. You don't even know if you're going to have the opportunity to do it. The best time to do it is now. That's why I keep saying some of the same things to y'all over and over and over again. It is not a game. And I know that these messages may not be for everybody. Only certain people are really going to adhere to these messages. The word of God says, those who have ears, let them hear. Everybody, it might not say that, quote unquote, but something like that. I don't know where it is in the word of God, but everybody doesn't have ears to hear. Everybody don't want to hear it, and it's fine, because it's not going to be for everybody. Some people they don't even have to hit rock bottom. They got to hit the bottom of rock bottom. Like you probably not already hit rock bottom before, and that still wasn't. I remember my rock bottom, and it was terrible. I remember crying on the phone to people who did not care anyway. I remember hitting rock bottom and continuing to make some of the same mistakes over and over and over again. But I tell you one thing, I came to a point where I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. I just did not want certain things for my life anymore. So then I made drastic decisions, and I made the choice. I chose between the life that I was living and the life that I wanted to live. And I have been well on my way to living the life that I so desire in my heart for the past some odd years. That's not going to be everybody's reality. Some people are stuck in their comfort zone. Some people may use the excuse of age. I'm young. I got all the time in the world to get myself together, or I'm too old. I'm set in my ways, or whatever. Like the old have their excuses. I'm not going to say old, but our seasoned folks have their excuses why they don't want to do the necessary things that they have to do. And our unseasoned folks, our little young bucks out here, they too busy toe tapping and finger snapping and doing all whatever, the hokey pokey and turning yourself around and all that kind of bull crap, and they gonna hokey pokey till they can't hokey pokey no more. Listen, whatever floats your boat. Continue to make excuses to not do the things that you know that you need to do, but it's going to show up. Your actions is going to surface in where your life is today. There is going to be no hiding from the choices and the decisions that you choose to make in life. And I'm not trying to scare nobody. All I am saying is, don't be surprised. Like, don't be shocked, and don't be surprised when your life choices show up right in front of your face, because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. There's going to be no getting around facing your choices and your decisions face to face. It's going to be looking you right in your face like, what's up, bro? I thought this was what we was doing. Like, are we doing this or are we not doing this? Because this is what you chose. So don't get mad at the choices that you make in life. So that is it. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I hope I ain't go off on y'all a little bit. I do notice that my Facebook live is having a slow connection. Don't worry if it is, because I will upload it again. So if you want to watch the complete video without it being all chopped up, I got you. Don't worry. I don't know what's going on with my connection today, but it's giving me notification that it is a slow connection on my live stream, but it's okay. It's all right. Listen, I got y'all. Listen, I love y'all. God bless you. Thank God we made it until Friday. We made it through every obstacle, every trial, every tribulation from Monday all the way until Friday. Like, that is huge. Whatever you had to go through or grow through or fight through, or whatever news that you had to face, and whatever choices or decisions that you had to make. Sometimes we have to make choices and decisions that we necessarily don't even want to make. But whatever it was, you made it through. You made it through from Monday until Friday. So I want you to think about moving forward from this point on. I want you to give your choices and decisions in life the credibility that it deserves, because it's going to have a major impact and a major effect on your whole entire life. Every choice that you make, every decision that you make, it is not just going to stop right there. It is going to carry you forever. It is going to surface. It's going to be there everywhere you go. Everything that you choose to do and everything that you choose not to do. So I want you to help yourself today. If you don't do it for nobody else, do it for yourself. So thank you, and God bless you. And I just thank you all, whoever is viewing my live stream anyway, through all the choppiness. Good morning, and thank you so much for being present here. Your presence is so much greatly appreciated. God bless you. I love you, and thank you. I pray that God blesses you with a special grace over your life, even by taking time out to stop whatever you were doing to view this live stream video. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, don't forget, my nonprofit is open to donations right now. That is a heart to give. It is almost Christmas time. I want to be able to go in some of these community centers where the people need us. There are so many of us that are way more fortunate than others for whatever reason. We all fall short. We all make mistakes. Let's reach our hearts out, reach our hands out, reach in your purse, reach in your wallet. Cash at me at Sakarah, $SAKARAH, last name BEY. That's SAKARAH, last name BEY. Make sure you see the yellow and black logo when donating to my nonprofit organization. A Heart to Give is currently open for this season's holiday giveaway. And also, my books are available and on sale on Amazon. Don't forget, you can check me out. That is True Value, Knowing Your Worth, Walking Treasure, Discover Your Hidden Treasure, Feed Your Soul, Your Personal Guide to Health and Wellness, and Religiously. And that is taking a closer look at spirituality and religion. And if you have not, my YouTube channel, that is True Value, Knowing Your Worth on YouTube. Go there, like, share, and subscribe. I am so grateful. My subscribers has gone up drastically even recently, and I am just so grateful for that. I am speaking great things over my life. I am trusting God for everything. I have hope and faith for the future that I want, and so should you. Think big. Give yourself and your heart and your mind the things that you really want in life on a scale that is so glamorous. This is what I want. Don't hold back from yourself, because you work hard. You deserve it. You're a good person. So think big and reach for big things. And if it's time to make some drastic decisions, if it's time to make some changes and some different choices in your life, so your life can be a little more graceful than what it has been. You don't want to continue to go through trial after trial and keep hitting blocks in the road, and it don't have to be so hard for you if you make better choices and better decisions in your life. And that's for all of us. It's for me too. I am very blessed on the regular basis, and the Lord has taken every burden off of me, every worry, everything that used to stress me out before. I don't have the burdens that I used to have on myself. And it's all by the grace of God. But I know that I had to make some drastic choices in my life, even for me to get to where I am today. And I want us all to share in that experience. So like I said, do that for yourself. God bless you, and I love you. Continue to look forward to more life lessons, more motivational videos. Enjoy your weekend. In the meantime, you guys continue to stay blessed.